Hey everybody, it is June 2026 and I have got some new product updates for you from Kajabi. Now I haven't filmed one of these in a couple of months and there's really only two reasons why. One, we have been busy building our Kajabi Build Bootcamp and running those for the last couple months, and Kajabi themselves kind of shifted away from doing product updates on the regular. They started off 2026 really, really strong, and they were pumping out a whole bunch of really great fixes as well as some feature updates that we were really excited about. And so I was excited to share them to you guys here on the YouTube channel. But since that first couple of months, they kind of got a little bit quiet. And the reason why they got quiet is because they started focusing on building 5 new kind of side projects that they're products connected to Kajabi, but they're not part of the core functionality of Kajabi. And so their attention kind of shifted. And so today, I wanted to kind of recap a whole bunch of the updates that happened over the last couple of months, as well as share with you what those 5 new products are. So we're going to jump in today. And we're going to talk about the community product, Kajabi Payments area, the offers, kind of payments updates there. There's some small updates I want to touch on. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about the 5 new product releases. Now, if you are new here to this channel, I do a lot of things to do with Kajabi, but these product updates is one of the things that I like to share with everybody because when Kajabi releases these updates, they just basically tell you what they are. But sometimes there's little things that aren't so great about them, and sometimes they're absolutely amazing and you really need to know about them. You're really busy working in your business or on your business, and you don't necessarily follow all of these little things that Kajabi's doing when it comes to updating their platform. And so these videos are meant to be really quick and kind of just give you a quick overview. I'm not actually going into my Kajabi account to show you these updates. Those are kind of more longer, lengthy videos, and I don't do that for everything. Sometimes I'll create a full video about a specific area of Kajabi, so you can check those out in our tutorials area of the channel. But these product updates are really just my opinion on these updates, letting you know what they are, and if I've dug into them and used them or I've experienced them, I'll let you know what I think about them. Sometimes I don't always experience everything because they're not really relevant or they're not that big of a deal. So then, I'll just let you know what they are. So this is kind of my opinion on things. I am not an employee of Kajabi. They don't pay me to do any of this. This is 100% just my opinion on my experiences with these product updates. All right, let's get into it. Starting with the community product. They actually a couple months ago, so it's kind of old news for us now, but if you hadn't heard or you haven't been into your Kajabi community lately, they did do some really great updates. So one of the things they did is they've edited the feed view. So the feed view is basically like your kind of main landing page that you kind of fall onto when you first get into your community. They have given us 2 other views. So there's main feed view that we were used to and we've always had. Then there is the forum view, which basically condenses all the posts into like short little snippets. So you can actually see a lot more posts very quickly and just previews of them instead of like the full posts. That is one of my favorite feeds. I really do like that they've given us that ability to adjust it because I can skim the feed a lot faster. They also gave us a gallery view, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot see how that's purposeful in any way. It's kind of like a Instagram post, like feed type thing where you see all of the different images, but a lot of people don't post images in the Kajabi community. So it's kind of scattered. It's like masonry tiles kind of thing. And I personally don't like it. And I've turned that feature off for our community. So that feature is based on each individual. So as the admin owner, I can set whether or not you can change those. So if I didn't want you to use gallery view, I can turn that off and then you don't get that option. But if I turn them all on, then you can choose between all 3 of those views. So you get to have those customization settings in the back end of your community. So they've also added saved posts, which is really nice. So as a user of the community, if there's something that you like and you want to come back to, you can save those. That is super cool. Moving posts between channels. Thank you, Kajabi. We really needed this one. We have a couple of clients that have multiple channels and people constantly are posting in the wrong channel. Even in our own community, we have people posting in the wrong place. And part of that has to do with training your people to know where everything goes. But sometimes people are just rushing and they just post in the wrong spot. Like we've done it too, even with our own admin posts, we post in the wrong place. So now that we don't have to like delete our own post and repost it, and same with our community members, if someone posts in the wrong place, all we have to do is just move it for them, and it keeps things so much cleaner and more organized. Okay, read-only channels. This one is another really good one. I know that one of our clients were super excited about this one because they have a channel where they just want to post information, just like a full feed of information from the owner of the account, and they don't want people to make posts in there. They have other channels for that. They want to keep this one super clean, so only from like the admin people posting in there. And people are still allowed, like your members are allowed to comment on your posts, but they can't make a post themselves. And so this really cleans things up. So it's really, really helpful. Admins, moderators, assistants, they can all create posts in that specific channel, that read-only channel. And of course, members can comment on it, but they can't make a post. So that one's a really cool update. Also in the community is the ability to set the functionalities for challenges, meetups, leaderboards, member directory, direct messaging, all that kind of stuff, those features per access group. So before, you had to set that for everybody in the entire community as a global setting. Thank goodness they fixed that, because that was really frustrating. So every access group, now you can adjust whether they have a challenge board or a leaderboard, whether they can direct message each other and stuff like that. So that is really, really great for customization. So you can see those in the backend settings of the community. People can now create their own community usernames. It is not attached to their Kajabi account, overall account. They can create their own username, which is really, really nice, because some people want to be anonymous depending on what kind of community you might have. So this allows people to have that flexibility. Reoccurring meetups has some updates too. You can see in this picture here that you can now schedule based on a specific rotating event. So you can like do that custom kind of thing, exact same as a Google Calendar, where you can customize, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, whatever. Okay, so you have those in there now to just make your recurring meetups a little bit more, time saving. So you don't have to schedule them individually. So that feature is now there in your community. All right, Kajabi Payments has a couple of updates. So if you are using Kajabi Payments, you can now do instant payments or instant payouts rather. Just know that there is a fee for this. So if you are going to do it because you want to get the money out right away, you don't want it to sit in that holding period, there will be a fee tacked on top of that. I don't have what that fee is, but you can get it off the Kajabi website. It doesn't affect your regular payout schedule if you do use the instant payout. But yeah, it's there for you if you want to get your money sooner than the regular payout schedule. So payment processing fee invoices are now being automatically generated inside the backend of your Kajabi account. You can head to your documents area that's in the settings. So if you haven't seen that, it's a new area that Kajabi added just recently where they are putting documents for you to download. So this one is specifically for the Kajabi Payments processing fee, any invoices that are generated for that. All right, the offers area has actually had a bit of a revamp recently. So if you haven't been in your Kajabi account, like maybe you have assistants or somebody working in there and you haven't seen it yourself, but they actually renamed the offers tab that's on the left sidebar there. They renamed it to be called Payments now. We asked them to turn it back multiple times because it was very confusing. Everybody calls it offers, but they changed it to Payments. I guess some ripple effect of other things that they decided they're going to be changing in there. So if you can't find offers, just know it's called Payments now. And they also actually added another tab. So when you're in the offers section, you're going to have your offer details like normal, but they've moved some of the settings around. So if you can't find it, there is another tab that's at the top of that offers page, or payments page is what they're called now. A new tab called Purchase Flow. So that's what happens after purchase, all of those, the automations of where they're going to land and stuff. It's all still there. It's just not on the main page that you're used to seeing it. They've moved it over into a tab. Okay. Big update for offers is the multiple order bumps. I have not tested this out yet. It literally just came out the other day, but I wanted to make sure I included it in this update. You can now put several different offer bumps. You can customize them, which is super nice. You can actually change the title, description, the image for each of those offer bumps individually, or you can just use the default that's currently set up in the offer. Now, just note that these offer bumps only work for one-time payments. They don't have the functionality just yet to apply them to a subscription plan or to a payment plan. Okay, so one-time purchases, you can add multiple payment or multiple order bumps. Now, I haven't checked out what the limit is on how many you can add. I'm sure there's a limit. There must be. I don't know what they are just yet. So that will be something that you'll need to dig into if you are planning to do multiple order bumps. All right, small but mighty updates. I really only have one for small but mighty updates today, but it's a big one. It made me so excited to see it. And that is the duplicate function. They have added into multiple places across the Kajabi platform. And my favorite is actually the one that is where we can duplicate lessons. I actually just used it this morning for a client account that needed to have a quiz that repeated every single module. So we made the quiz once and we duplicated it and we were able to fly through really fast. So I didn't have to go and put in the quiz questions over and over and over again because we could finally duplicate a lesson. So huge time saver already. I am super, super happy about that. And the email sequence where you can now duplicate an email within an email sequence. We had workarounds for that. You know, we used to make a template and then we could easily do it, but it still took extra time. Now it's a click of the button, boom, you have a duplicate email inside of your email sequence. So really excited about that. You can see here on the screen a list of all the places that this duplicate function is now available. Make sure you go and check those out and use it to save times. Oh, and forms. Forms, I was so happy about that one. That one's been so annoying having to redo forms over and over again. So that one's exciting. Hopefully you go check that out and you get to save some time too. All right, so I mentioned at the beginning of this video that Kajabi has been busy on 5 new product releases over the last couple of months. You know, that's why there isn't a lot of small little updates because their whole team's been working on all of these 5 product releases. Now, I'm going to preface this with saying that I have not dug into all of these 5 product releases because they just came out a couple of weeks ago. And I'll be honest, I'm underwhelmed by most of them. Some of them are have really, really good potential, but are just not there yet. They're just very premature. So let's just go through them really quickly. First one is Cofounder. This one's actually been out for quite a while. They released it early, even before the official release. So we had it probably over a month before they released it to the full public. They used this product as part of their marketing for their 50% off promotion that they had in May. Now, Cofounder, it's basically just the AI chatbot inside of Kajabi that sees within your Kajabi account. And so you can ask it questions because it can see what's going on inside of your Kajabi account. It can help you kind of build different products and offers and stuff. So similar to ChatGPT, but different because it's within your Kajabi account. It knows a bit more about you and you don't have to feed it all that information because it can see your Kajabi account. Okay. So there's that one. Then the other one, and these are not in any particular order. They were released all at different times. I'm just saying what each ones are. So Backstage, this one I was actually excited about, but then when I got into it, I was very underwhelmed by it. Super, really good idea and has potential, but it's in beta. It actually was out of beta and they put it back in beta because they definitely need to work on it a little bit more. This is a place where you can do your one-on-one coaching with somebody, but you can actually pull your course content into that specific client account. So if you have a specific lesson or a specific module that you want to coach on or you want to reference, you can pull that into their portal specifically. Now, you can't do that in the one-on-one coaching session product, but you can do it here in Backstage. This is meant to be a place where you can do that more intimate coaching. They've marketed this as for people who are doing high ticket coaching. So people $1,000 or more a month kind of thing is what they marketed this as. And I think part of this is because there is a fee for these spots. Now, I think they originally had put 5 spots that we could use for free, but then I think that changed because some people were kind of complaining about it like, hey, I have these spots and now Kajabi's asking me to pay for them. So just be very careful that if you do jump into Backstage that you check what are the kind of seat limits. So how many clients can you actually have in here? And what is Kajabi going to charge you for each of those clients? Okay. So it's still very premature. I'm not going to be doing our coaching in it at all anytime soon. I'm going to wait for it to be built out more. And I'm also going to see what the fees are. right? If I can do the same thing in other ways that cost me nothing, then I'm going to go with that. But if Kajabi makes this in a more appealing way that is going to actually improve our coaching abilities with our clients, then we'll dig into that a little bit more. So we'll save that one for later. Hopefully they make some improvements. Okay, Amplify, I have not fully signed up for this, but I did do a call with one of the developers back when they were first creating this. And so I do have a little bit of insight as to what it is. But basically the idea here is that if you have an email list and you want to promote somebody else on your email list, right, you can make some commission off of that. It's like having an agreement with somebody else that you're going to promote them and they're going to pay you to promote on your email list. And obviously the vice versa is available there. If you want to go promote yourself on someone else's list, you can do that. And it is all being housed within Kajabi. So I don't know all of the details on the functionality of this and the pricing and the cost of this, but the idea is that everything can be handled within your Kajabi account through this Amplify product area. So again, new released. Don't know if there's any bugs in it because I haven't jumped into it myself. We are going to wait until this one becomes bigger and we've had more people using it to see if it's worthwhile to even promote or talk about it. So if you're interested in checking it out, you can definitely sign up and you can go see if you have an offer that you want to present to somebody else and promote on their list, and you can go try it out. All right, expert agents. This one just came out very recently, and yes, it is still in beta, so I don't recommend that you go all in on this right away. Definitely needs some work, but I have heard some positive things about it, that people are pretty excited about the knowledge level that these AI assistants actually have. So they are basically getting the information from your course content. So before, we've never had anything in Kajabi that could actually read your content specifically. So read your course lessons, the transcripts of your videos, and basically learn everything that you have to teach inside your Kajabi account. Your AI assistant here, your expert agent, has the ability to do that kind of stuff. So you can set up a teaching assistant that people can talk to when you're not there. So they're basically going to be able to answer questions for you. So this is also so new that we have not added it to our account yet. We haven't dug into those pieces, nor have any of our clients started using this at all yet. But again, something that might have some potential, hopefully, as it continues to develop. All right, Kajabi has released a really cool feature, and this is the MCP, and this is super technical. So if you are brand new to Kajabi, just ignore this completely. Don't even bother even thinking about this or going in this way. But if you are somebody who is a little bit more techie and you want to use AI like Claude or ChatGPT to build within your Kajabi site, this is the connection that's going to allow that. Now, everybody has this connection right now in their Kajabi account where you can connect your ChatGPT or your Claude to your Kajabi account and allow it to do different things. We have a number of Kajabi service provider friends out there that are really digging into using this to see how powerful it really is. Ourselves, we are not going to be digging into MCP connections and building just yet. We're going to wait until Kajabi has fixed all of the kinks and the bugs. Right now, there's some access issues that are happening where some people are getting the ability to actually create landing pages and create forms and create all these things where you can do it through chat, but then other people are finding that the connections aren't, or permissions aren't working for them. And so they're only allowed to, view contacts or something. So it's still very buggy in the sense that it's not working 100%. But for some people, they've had some really great success with this. I know Penny from Penny in Your Pocket, one of our template service providers, she is really big into using this AI to connect her templates with Kajabi and be able to, just with chat, be able to put your copy in and boom, it's going to edit a template for you, one of her templates, and all the branding's going to be there. All these different things like creating quizzes really quickly with just a couple of clicks. You fill out a quick form, boom, your quiz is already in Kajabi, right? There's going to be so many manual pieces that we are used to doing in Kajabi. We can get them done really, really fast now using this MCP connection. So we'll get into it a little bit later once the real techie coders have dug in deep and have created some great stuff. And then, Malva and I will jump in there after it's kind of got through the testing zone a little bit more. So hopefully more to come about that in the future from us. So that is your June update for Kajabi products. Like I said, there really wasn't a whole lot that's happened over the last couple of months, and that's simply just because Kajabi has been working on those 5 new product releases. So if you are adventurous and you want to go jump in and try all of the products, they are available in your account. They are free in the sense you can go try them out, but some of them do have a cost associated with them. So just be careful in that area if you're not willing to add extra costs to your subscription. So check that out. And we'll see you guys next time in the next product update, or you can go check out this next video on your screen and learn a little bit more about Kajabi.